No, I'm not blaming my father. I'm just saying that my dad is the one who always taught me to just go. If somebody says, hey, let's have a meeting, just go. You never know who you're going to meet. You don't know what opportunities are going to arise. But on this one, I may have jumped in a little too quick. Let me start at the beginning. I'm shooting this little movie, and there's a stunt involved. A guy fake hits me, and I go down, and everything's great. It's good. Except I look down, and I notice that my watch has stopped. I'm wearing a Timex, first of all. I'm a bit of a watch nerd. I've had a Timex forever, and I know they don't stop. I had a Timex at my bar mitzvah. My grandfather gave it to me. I had a Timex at my wedding, so I know these watches. They've had a motto for years, you know, takes a lick and keeps on ticking. Not supposed to happen. Not on my watch. See what I did? Anyway, I emailed Timex. My watch is broken. Can you help me? Yes, they're really nice people. They said send it in, no problem. And I'm thinking, why would I send it in when I can actually go in and see how these watches are made? I do a little more research and I realized that the process of making my favorite watches starts with the movements in a place called Pforzheim, Germany. Where the hell's Pforzheim, Germany? Yet in the back of my head, my dad's voice, just go. So I did. So you know how you lose 9 hours when you travel to Germany? The good news was I didn't have to reset my watch. It was already broken. Okay, so long flight, but I finally get there. Wow.
Can I help you?
How do you get the second hands to sync up like that?
We are Timex. Can I help you?
Yes. Sorry, my watch broke. I'm here to see Wolfgang and Alexander. Then he did it. He clocked me. I go down and I'm on the ground. I look and my watch is broken.
Ooh, did you call the police?
The police? Oh, no. It's a movie. It was just a movie.
Star Trek. I loved you in Star Trek.
No, it wasn't Star Trek. Thank you. It was just a little independent movie.
Independent movie? I love independent movies.
Great. Yes. But no, so anyway, back to my watch.
I'm sorry about your watch, but can't be a movement-related issue. I will show you why.
Super nice guy, and he tells me that Timex was one of the first watch companies to make most of their own parts. And they test those parts over and over and over again. Also, these watches, they last like 10 years or more without needing any maintenance. I don't know an actor that can last 10 years without maintenance. And for 165 years, Timex has been designing their own movements in-house, controlling their costs, and then passing that savings onto watch dudes like me. That's incredible value. That is why I love Timex. Pforzheim, Germany, great place. They sent me to their component facility in Besançon, France. Never even said the word Besançon. And as I should have predicted with a broken watch, I missed my flight. So I jump on a train that didn't take me far enough. I waited for a bus that wasn't going to Besançon. And then I started hitchhiking on the Autobahn, which apparently is against the law. But before I get busted, a guy picks me up and he takes me all the way to my destination. He drops me off at the Fralson facility in France, and I sit down with a guy named Etienne. My watch stopped, so I figured you're part of the manufacturing process. It's got to be you guys.
It can't be us.
Why is that?
Let me explain.
So he shows me how they make many of their, in his words, super accurate micro components, critical for accurate timekeeping. That was French, by the way. And he wasn't kidding. I mean, these things are tiny, like a human hair. This is crazy. They have to use oil to move them throughout the factory. Like me getting out of bed. I can't get out of bed without oil. So you know that old term, they don't make them like they used to. Well, these guys are actually on machines they've been using for years. So they kind of are making them like they used to.
Go see Giorgio in Milan.
Milan, Italy, right? Where they make pizza. So I went. I extended my trip a little bit. Hey, my wife would understand. So this time I went old school and I borrowed a bike through the Alps. Turns out the Alps are freaking steep. So you know what goes great with cardio through the Alps? Fondue. So I took a little break at this old fondue joint. I mean, I'll dip anything in hot cheese. Anything. So I finally arrive in Italy, and this guy Giorgio is expecting me.
Gregorio.
To hug him.
Giorgio.
Who am I kidding? I'm a hugger. I totally hug. And turns out Italians are huggers too. So Giorgio tells me he's a biker, and I'm thinking, this is cool. Turns out he's more of a scooter. There are a lot of restaurants here. So he takes me to this place where there is absolutely no way they're gonna fix my watch. But it was pretty amazing. It was their design studio, and they had pizza, and his wife is a fashionista, and Giorgio, it turns out, is this legendary designer. This couple, they are like design royalty. And apparently design royalty does not take responsibility for watches that don't work. It's got to be a design problem.
No, it's not.
You know, when a movie doesn't work, we always blame marketing.
Yeah, Silvio.
He insisted I go see this Italian guy in marketing, Silvio. And he warns me, he's tough. And I'm like, he's Italian, he's tough, no big deal. This dude was really serious about how reliable Timex watches were. Very serious. Ciao, ciao. Okay, so it's not marketing. So the guy goes on and on about how Timex is a company that, like their watches, doesn't stop. They don't stop innovating, they don't stop designing, they don't stop challenging themselves to offer the best watches at the best prices. And I gotta say, after this Italian stare down, he had me convinced and a little scared. Anyway, my watch was still not working.
Go see Tobias. He has all the answers.
Where am I going? Paris? London?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. I'm not getting back on that scooter. Except to the airport. So Giorgio and I hop on a plane, we head to New York, and we're on our way to Connecticut when Giorgio starts showing off. You can't just say that most people in the world wear Timex watches. No, it's not. Driver, hey, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Will you pull over right up here, please? Right up here on the left. Hey, excuse me. Fella, you're not wearing a Timex, are you? He's not wearing a Timex.
Yeah, I totally am wearing a Timex. See, it's a Timex.
Greg, Rubber.
Great, I'm Todd Snyder.
Wait, I'm sorry, you're Todd. Of course you're Todd Snyder.
Yeah, I actually do. I do a collaboration with Timex.
That is amazing. You know, Todd Snyder has a whole line of watches that he designed with Timex, and they're incredible. You should really know this stuff.
Oh, Madonna, non ci posso credere. Questo qui è matto.
What's up? Oh, I don't speak Italian, but I think Giorgio was warming up to me. So like a dog in the wind, I look out the window and I realize, wait a minute, we're driving through Waterbury, Connecticut. Waterbury, Connecticut. This is where it all started for Timex. Actually, they were first called the Waterbury Clock Company before they changed their name to Timex. Now, I know this is going to sound like I'm a commercial for Timex. But in 1854, clocks were made of wooden components, super expensive, until the Waterbury Clock Company, now known as Timex, created a mantle clock that was affordable using brass components. They took a pocket watch, added a belt to it, and boom, they got a wristwatch. It was a more affordable way to tell time. Then came women's fashion watches, indigo watches so you could tell time in the dark. Watch nerd. Hey, is it true that Henry Ford actually came to Waterbury because he wanted to study what Timex was doing on an assembly line so that he could apply that knowledge to the Model T Ford? Hey, what is that?
That's a Timex headquarters.
Timex HQ, the mothership. What they call Watch Hill. I know, I should have been thinking about fixing my watch, but for a guy like me, this place is like watch heaven. They got their own Timex watch museum with the first dollar pocket watch and all these historical watches.
Both presidents, Clinton and Bush, wore these Timex watches.
Wow, does she think we've only ever had 2 presidents? And I guarantee you way more than 2 presidents have worn Timex watches. Whoa. That watch was in space.
Yes.
That watch.
Yes.
In space.
Yes.
A Timex?
Yes.
In space?
Yes.
Why are you yelling at me?
Gregorio.
I have something to show you. Please, come with me.
What do you got?
Oh, this is a cool room.
Remember these?
Oh, yeah. Remember these. Are you kidding me? It takes a lick and keeps on ticking? How could I forget these?
Tobias, may I introduce you to Greg Grunberg?
Hey, Greg Grunberg.
He pronounced my last name Grunberg. It's actually Grunberg, but you know what? He's the CEO and I wanted to get my damn watch fixed. I'm actually here because my watch stopped.
Should have bought a Timex.
No, it is a Timex. That's what I'm saying.
No way.
Yes, I'm telling you, and it just stopped.
Let me see that thing.
Good, because you know, I've traveled the world. Great company, and I've been trying to get somebody to...
Okay. Look, the crown is out. It's supposed to do that when you set the watch. You push it back in, and here we go. All good.
Oh!
We are Timex. We don't stop.
Waterproof, dustproof, shock resistant. The watch that's built for punishment.
He's very good.
Amazing Timex waterproof.
Oh man, the crown, of course, the crown. But you know what, Dad? I did it. I saw an opportunity and I took it. I went. And in doing that, I learned a hell of a lot about the watches that I love. I should have asked for a new cool watch. What was I thinking? Oh, I'm such an idiot.